everybody, Hassan here, engineer, MBA, and ultimately an investor. And in today's video, I wanted to look at Elon Musk tweet today. He tweeted this big text, and it was about Tesla no longer accepting Bitcoin as an exchange for their products. So before we do that, guys, just a little context. I think it's important to really step back and understand the environment here. Back in January of this year, so this was a few months ago, Tesla and Elon Musk basically announced that they have bought some Bitcoin in their balance sheet. So for anyone that doesn't understand what I just said, basically that means they had USD, US dollar in reserve, and they basically, instead of leaving that in cash, they used $1.5 billion US dollars and they bought some Bitcoin, right? So if you don't know what Bitcoin is, if you don't know what I'm talking about, refer a previous video. I made a great video about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. But basically, Tesla bought some Bitcoin, and at the same time, they also announced around that time that they are now accepting Bitcoin as an exchange for their vehicles. So you could buy Tesla cars, products, and services with Bitcoin. Now, this just happened today, so we are May 12th, and Elon Musk just basically announced this text, right? So, this is just a screenshot. He posted that in his tweet. It is extremely controversial. Many Bitcoin maximalists are against this. Many crypto fans are really shocked at what this announcement was about. And really, it's about how Tesla is now concerned about how there is an increasing use of fossil fuels for Bitcoin mining and transactions, especially coal, which has the worst emissions of any fuel. And basically, if you take a look at this text here, they're basically announcing that they are no longer accepting Bitcoin because they believe that Bitcoin mining is being basically done through negative energy, which means it is affecting the global emissions significantly, and they, because of that, and obviously one of the mission of Tesla is to accelerate the adoption of renewable energy sources, and obviously they have their whole energy branch side of things, right? Their vehicles are electrical vehicles because they want to fight against petroleum, against any dirty oil and dirty energy. Now, let's take a look at really briefly some of the reactions. Again, this was in the same thread in Twitter. Someone posted this really nice graph. So I'm just going to minimize my face a little bit so you guys can see what's going on in this graph. But basically what this is that it's really a chart here where you can see that the emissions caused by not Bitcoin compared to Bitcoin, obviously you can see the global annual CO2 emissions. You can see it's well over 37 billion tons, and Bitcoin is causing this much, right? So this is extremely low. This is just one of the many graphs. I mean, there are sources behind this, guys. These aren't just computed by random people. These are research papers, scientists that really compute these types of graphs through research papers and so on. So I highly advise you guys to look into this. Another table here that was posted by another fellow Twitter in that thread that Elon Musk created today, and you can see here that the energy used through different assets, right? Gold mining, you have banking system, governments, and Bitcoin mining. Look at the difference, guys. I don't know if you guys can catch this, but Bitcoin mining is 183 compared to, look at this, the banking system, 2,340, government, 5,861. I mean, just gold mining is like about 3 times, maybe 2.5 times more than Bitcoin. And yet, the attention is put on Bitcoin. So let's just, stop here and try to understand what we just looked at, right? Elon Musk, engineer, one of the greatest engineers of our time, one of the greatest entrepreneurs. He basically revolutionized the world as it stands today. And earlier this year, shifting towards Bitcoin and crypto, and obviously his rally with Dogecoin, this has put a lot of people on ease, guys. This is very shocking. Okay, And the reason why it's shocking, is because you would imagine someone like Elon Musk, a company like Tesla, would do their homework and do their due diligence before stating such claims that you're looking at on this page. Here's my thoughts, right? Here are my thoughts. I am extremely surprised that Elon Musk tweeted this. I am very surprised that Tesla has put away Bitcoin as an exchange. So first of all, they do mention it here. They are not selling any Bitcoin, so they still intend to use Bitcoin in their balance sheet. And so this storyline still remains. But the fact that they took away Bitcoin as transactions for their vehicles because of dirty energy, to me, that's extremely ridiculous. I think this is based on the false narrative that legacy media has pushed to the public. Okay, we just took a look at this table here that gold mining is almost 3 times in terms of energy usage more than Bitcoin, right? You can see the yearly cost, the difference between gold mining and Bitcoin mining, yet not a single word about how gold mining uses dirty energy. Not a single word about how paper currency, and minting. Not a single word about all the banking systems, right? Think about all the institutions. Think about all these skylines. Think about all the buildings. Think about all the infrastructure that goes around building these institutions that you really need, that Bitcoin actually disrupts, right? We talked about how Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general, it really removes that middleman that you used to need before this technology, right? In the past, you would definitely need to have a middleman between the merchants and the consumer, especially when we talked about globally, for example, Western Union, at some point, at some extent, even PayPal and different other institutions where they would collect fees, right? They would collect fees. And yes, we're talking about 2% fees, 3%, and then there's the Forex exchange there as well on top of the percentage that I just mentioned. But you guys got to think about this. Bitcoin is literally disrupting those institutions, those middlemen, yet the attention is put on how the energy being used by Bitcoin is extremely dangerous to the world, right? But if we step back for a second and we compare it to other assets, gold mining, banking system, paper currencies, right? My final note here is that a lot of this dirty energy is true. Like, I'm not saying that Bitcoin mining does not use any sort of dirty energy, but you do have to realize that a lot of it is mined in countries like China. And these countries are extremely, extremely polluted with dirty energy. And that's another separate issue, right? It's not necessarily Bitcoin that's causing it. It's more the means to get there, right? And there was a great interview, a podcast with the mayor of Miami City, Mayor Francis. Great guy. And he basically stated that the reason why Bitcoin and the percentage wise it's being mined by dirty energy, first of all, it's a minority. 75% of miners in the Bitcoin network are done through renewable energy sources. So 25% is done through dirty energy, coals, fossil fuels, but most of them are located in regions and areas outside the US, outside Miami City, right? So if Americans and if first world developed nations like the G8, right, Canada, US, London, United Kingdom, Australia, and so on, they would get together and sort of promote renewable energy sources to mine such Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies, then this narrative would change extremely, extremely significantly, right? It would change significantly because you no longer are having miners coming from dirty energy sources in certain regions that are unregulated from the rest of the world, right? So again, guys, there's a couple of things here in this video. Like I said, I completely disagree with this move from Tesla. I am extremely shocked that Elon Musk, as the greatest engineer, arguably, and one of the best entrepreneurs of all human history, he basically is supporting this action from Tesla. And this is a false narrative pushed by legacy media. Again, and literally proving to you guys here how carbon dioxides are being emitted by other sources than Bitcoin, yet the focus is put on Bitcoin. So this is again a false narrative pushed by certain media outlets, and I am just very, very surprised that Elon Musk and the team at Tesla have basically been told and this information and they have acted upon it. I'm sure there's other sides of this story. Um, just yesterday, Elon Musk here, he tweeted, this was yesterday, before this tweet, yesterday, he posted he posted a poll saying, hey, do you want Tesla to accept Dogecoin? Right? And obviously, almost 80% of people said yes. Obviously, you're going to get that reaction. And going back to their post here, they also finished the post saying we are also looking at other cryptocurrencies that use less than 1% of Bitcoin energy in transaction. Where did they get the 1%? Why did they mention this? That's the big unknown. I think this is the big question mark here. If you ask me, I think this was basically an excuse for them to basically let the world know, hey, we're looking at other cryptocurrencies. We're not just going to be sticking with Bitcoin. Yes, we support Bitcoin. Yes, we have Bitcoin in our balance sheet. Yes, we sold a little bit of Bitcoin to prove liquidity in our last quarter earnings, like they mentioned. But I believe they're going to be venturing in other cryptocurrencies as well. Now, whether that's Doge, whether that's Ethereum, Ether, whether that's Litecoin, whether that's any other cryptocurrency, that's yet to be determined. But that is definitely a takeaway here, a key takeaway. So keep that in your mind, guys, as you read this. I'm sure many of you are in serious disagreement with this move. And if you are, let me know in the comments below, guys. I'm always looking forward for your comments. I try to read them, each of them, and I try to respond to each of them. So please leave a comment, guys. Please like this video, hit that like button, smash it, guys. And if you really like our videos, please subscribe, guys. It really does help this channel. We just got a new mic here. A shout out to my father here. He gave me a great microphone here, and I'm extremely excited with this channel. We'll see how we're growing. We're growing very positively, but we have much work to be done. The work is never over. We're here to serve you. We're here to help this community. So please, guys, subscribe if you can, and we'll see each other's in the next video. Thank you very much, and have a great night. Thank you.